How do you make a 6-year-old child disappear? This is the street right here on the 22,000 block of Cherokee Avenue here in Apple Valley, California. This was the same street where 6-year-old Duke Flores would play as a child. And I would imagine that the children in and around this neighborhood, those were, some of them at least, his playmates. Now, Duke, he had autism. I don't know what level of autism he had, but he would be referred to nowadays as being a child with special needs. So we're gonna go back to April of 2019. Now, Duke was a 6-year-old child. His mom, her name was Jackie Contreras. And Jackie had a twin sister. Her name was Jennifer Contreras. And they lived at a home right down the street where I'm walking. So towards the end of April, Duke's grandmother, something is bothering her, and what's bothering her is that she hasn't seen her grandchild in about 2 weeks. Her and the other extended family, they don't know where Duke is. Now, she went to her daughters and she said, "Hey, where's Duke?" And at first she gave them an excuse. Oh this, oh that, whatever excuses that she was using. And then she tells her mother, she says, we know that Duke, special needs, he has autism. And, well, he was hearing voices last week. He was hearing voices, so I took him to the mental hospital. Now, Duke's grandmother, okay. But something's not right. Something's not right. She has 13 grandchildren. She sees all of them. How come she's not seeing Duke? So she calls local authorities to do a welfare check. Now, I know people can be very, very busy, most definitely. So they didn't get around to doing the welfare check. So finally, she comes down to the house. Duke is gone. Duke cannot be found. And her daughters, they're making up all kinds of weirdo excuses. Finally, she calls the sheriff's deputies here in Apple Valley. And they come down to the house and they pick up both Jackie and Jennifer. Now, they're making excuses as to where their child is. And the neighbors in these houses, these very houses, they don't know where Duke is. The family kind of kept to themselves. They weren't very neighborly, but that's how it is out here. You don't really see too many people out and about. So they take him down to the sheriff's department, and this little kid, this 6-year-old boy, he's been missing for 2 weeks. So finally they say, yeah, he was in the backyard and he kind of just disappeared. He's been missing for a few weeks. Guys, the last time Duke was seen was on April 14th. It's 2 weeks later. There's no missing persons report for a 6-year-old child. Not one. So they start grilling these girls. Where is Duke? Did he run away? Is he with the father? The father's family, they haven't seen him. Did you hurt him? Is he dead? Talk to us. There's a little 6-year-old boy and he's missing somewhere in the desert. There's coyotes out here. It's very dangerous for a 6-year-old at night. So they eventually told them what really happened. And this story seems pretty unbelievable. This is the house where Duke Flores and both his mother and aunt lived. So they basically told them that, one day they were in the backyard and they were hanging up close to dry. And as they were hanging up close to dry, they hear some kind of a scream or something like that. I don't know. So they hear a scream and it's coming from the garage. So they go right into the garage and they see Duke with a pillow smothering his little sister. She's only about 18 months, maybe she's 2 years old. So, when you see something like that, you know, it's 6 years old. He's 6 years old. He's only a child. So maybe there's an issue, right? So normally a parent takes the pillow away and, you know, maybe you spank the child or however you rear them. That's your business. You're the parent, not me. So, however, instead of doing that, both the Contreras twins, they come up with an awesome idea. According to a confession that was made by one of the sisters, they tell one of the homicide detectives that Jennifer, she looks at her sister Jackie, she says, you know what we got to do, right? And she says, what? Well, we have to kill him because he's going to try to kill the other kids. There's something wrong with him. He has autism. Let's just kill him. And Jackie says, you know what? You're correct. You are right. We do have to kill my son. So one of the sisters, they grab Duke, and this is going to be very difficult to listen to. So if you're kind of squeamish, please fast forward this part of the video. According to the confession, both sisters get on opposite side of Duke, and then one puts a trash bag over his face. Jennifer grabs like a power cord or something and bounds his hands together. Then she takes another cord and strangles him to death while they're both holding him until he's dead. They strangled this 6-year-old child to death. So after that was done, what do you do with the body now? So they buried it in this backyard right here. And that was it. He's dead, buried in that backyard. However, they got a couple of pit bulls there that are fussing with the grave. They're digging at it, they're scratching at it. So they tell themselves, well, we can't keep him here because the dogs are gonna dig him up. So they put this boy, this little 6-year-old kid, they put him in a trash bag and then they wrap him up in a blanket. They put him on some kind of a wagon and they take one of their children, they go searching for a dumpster to throw him in. Now, they didn't have any luck at first because some of the dumpsters were padlocked, but they eventually found a dumpster and they just threw his body in there. Just by coincidence, they dug him up on Easter Sunday. And that was it. The trash truck comes, picks up the dumpster, puts it in the back, and they go to the landfill to dump the trash. Now, this little boy's body is part of upwards of 600 tons of trash. This right here is the Victor Valley Material Recycling Center. Basically, this is the trash dump. This is the area where all of the trash in the high desert area of Southern California, this is where it all comes to get sorted, commingled, recycled, and eventually taken to the landfill and buried. Trash on top of trash on top of trash. So after the confession, over the next month or two, about a dozen detectives working in shifts came to this area and sorted through hundreds of tons of trash, hoping to find this little boy's body. And sadly, they were unable to do so. So basically, in this area right here, under all of the buried trash that this facility received, somewhere under all of that dirt and trash is that poor little boy's body. So Jackie and Jennifer Contreras were both charged with felony murder and injury on a child causing death. They're being held on $1 million bail each. And it's been, since the recording of this video, it's been about 6 years or so. And this case, as I can see online, still has not found a resolution. It's just been motion after motion to extend the court trial of this case. Pretty sad story to say the least. And eventually justice will get served. It will get done. But when that happens, nobody knows. Okay, guys, we're out of here. See you on the next video. Peace out.